Hey everyone, here are 10 best lines from Game of Thrones. Number 10. Any man that must say I am king is no true king. This one was said by Tywin Lannister to Joffrey Baratheon. If you think about it, this line is not a line that has much to it. It's just a very simple line that states the obvious, basically. But the fact that it was delivered by Tywin Lannister to Joffrey Baratheon, who we know that is a bastard and is not the rightful heir to the throne, it just hits so much harder. And the statement itself just holds a lot of fact because if you are king, there's no need to be telling everyone I am king. You don't need to be shouting it that I am the king. The world knows you are the king. They'll accord you your respect. But any man that must say I am king is not true king. Number 9. Any man that dies with a clean sword, I'll rape his fucking corpse. Man, the Hound said that line to his men as they were charging into battle. And I know this line is not a line that you would want to see in a top 10 list because it's a line that is kind of crazy and it's just very, very inappropriate. But in the world of Westeros, nothing is appropriate. They do crazy things. And this line just captures the craziness and the weirdness and the extravagance of the world of Westeros. Imagine you going into war and your commander just shouts, any man dies with a clean sword, I'm raping his fucking corpse. That line is just very hilarious. It makes me crack up. Every time I hear it, it just fills me with joy. And I just had to put that line on this list because I love this so much. Number 8, power is power. This one was uttered by Cersei Lannister to Littlefinger. Before Cersei Lannister uttered this line, Littlefinger said something. He said, knowledge is power. I have heard that quote before, and for the longest time, I always believed that yes, knowledge is power. And when Littlefinger said that line, I agreed with him. But then Cersei just changed the narrative and she showed him power is power. And I was like, yo, power is truly power. And it was just a very, very magnificent thing that just shapes your own narrative. Shapes, I don't know about you, but it shaped my own narrative because I always believe knowledge is power. And from things we've been taught in school, knowledge is power. But man, Cersei showed us that knowledge is not power. Power is power. It was such a badass line, and Cersei just delivered it in a very, very brilliant way. Number 7, when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground. Another Cersei Lannister line uttered to Ned Stark. Yo, this line is the line that encapsulates the show Game of Thrones because everybody that has played this Game of Thrones, maybe not everybody, most of the people that have played this Game of Thrones, they either win or they die. You can argue that there is some middle ground, even though Cersei just wanted to make something with her point. But at the same time, it's still a very, very true fact that, come on, most of the people that would not have played this Game of Thrones that we saw from the beginning, they lost or they won. Ned Stark, he lost. Cersei Lannister, she won. Robb Stark, he lost. So all these people that played the Game of Thrones, they either win or they die. And it's just a brilliant quote that just encapsulates what this show is about. And the way Cersei delivered it, she delivered it and she walked away. What a mic drop moment. Number 6, a lion does not concern himself with the opinions of the sheep. Another Lannister quote said by Tywin Lannister to his son Jaime Lannister. And this quote is just a very brilliant quote. One of the things that makes the quotes of Game of Thrones very, very profound is the fact that they apply to the real world. You can apply them to the real world. Think of yourself as a lion. You should not concern yourself with the opinions of a sheep. You should not concern yourself with people that are beneath you, basically. That is what this line is saying. And that is how the Lannisters live their life. And they are these lions that don't care about the opinions of the sheep. And it's just something that is just so brilliant to listen to. And man, hearing the patriarch of the Lannister family uttering that line was just wow, something to behold. Number 5, there is only one God, and his name is death. And there is only one thing we say to the God of death. Say with me, not today. Yes. Uttered by Cyril Farrell to Arya Stark. This line, like the previous line, can apply to the real world. Maybe you started working out and you have been going on your workouts frequently. Then one day you're just feeling very, very weak. Then you can just say, what do I say to the God of death? Or what do I say to the God of laziness? Not today. Say not today and go and do your shit. And that line is just so brilliant. What do you say to the God of death? Not today. I am not dying today. Yo, this is just a quote that is just, it's like a battle cry, honestly. Like if you want to do anything, you want to embark on a journey, you want to embark on a challenge, and you are feeling down, just say to yourself, what do I say to the God of death? Not freaking today. And when you stand up and get what you want to get done. And this quote is just a quote that even influences Arya Stark's life, one of our favorite characters. And it's just, I don't know what more to say about it. It's just a brilliant quote. Number 4, love is the death of duty. Whew. This one was uttered by Aemon Targaryen to Jon Snow. This line is a very, very profound line that hits me to my core. Love is the death of duty. And if you think about it, for some of the characters in Game of Thrones, love was the death of duty for them. For instance, Robb Stark. Robb Stark that was supposed to be king in the north, he fell in love and the love cost him. Love was the death for his duty. And that is just something that just hits me so hard anytime I think about it. But then you can still go a bit further with this quote. You can just reverse it and say, duty is the death of love. And honestly, that's what happens to some of the characters. Like Jon Snow. Jon Snow had to betray the love of his life, Ygritte, because duty was important to him. Duty had to be the death of his love. And man, that line and that inverse of the line is just a brilliant line that just makes me think so hard anytime I hear it. Man, love is the death of duty. Brilliant. Number three, a good act does not wash out the bad, nor a bad to good. Yo, this one was uttered by Stannis the Manis Baratheon. Stannis the Manis! He uttered this one to Sadavos. This line was just a very, very powerful line that just made me think so much when I heard it. Because it is actually true. Because you're a bad person and you do something good, it doesn't wash out the fact that you're a bad person. And because you're a good person and you do a bad thing, it doesn't still change the fact that you're a good person. A good act does not wash out the bad, nor a bad to good. And it's just a very, very brilliant line from Stannis the Manis. And it's just, whew, it just makes me think and it just makes me appreciate the world of Game of Thrones. And if you think about it, that's how the characters in Game of Thrones are. No character is completely good and no character is completely bad. Yes, some of the characters, they are bad is more than the good. And that's what Stannis says. You are bad completely because you do one single good act. It does not wash out all your bad. It's just one quote that just fully encapsulates what the characters in Game of Thrones are like. And it's just a brilliant quote, honestly. Number two, chaos is a ladder. Woo! Littlefinger to Sadavos. Damn, chaos is a freaking ladder. One of the best players of the Game of Thrones, Littlefinger, uttered this brilliant line. And when you think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense. And it's also a quote that you can bring back to our normal world. Because if you think about it, chaos is a ladder. For Game of Thrones, we see Littlefinger create a lot of chaos, and as he creates chaos, he just uses it to climb up the ladder, getting 1 inch closer to the throne he covered so much. And that quote can still be brought to our own life. Chaos is a ladder. Like, imagine someone that sells guns or something like that. When there is war, that person will be thriving because there is chaos, and this is his ladder for him to just go up and up and up in the world. So he sells his guns and he just keeps climbing, and that is just a very, very brilliant quote that captures the humanity of Game of Thrones, the humanity of Littlefinger, and the humanity of our own world. It's just a brilliant quote that is so slept on, but man, it's a powerful quote and it applies to the real world spectacularly. If you've been watching this video up until now, please just take a moment to subscribe to my channel and like this video and share this video. Thank you very much. Number one, never forget what you are. The rest of the world will not. Wear it like armor and it can never be used to hurt you. This one was uttered by Tyrion Lannister to Jon Snow. And this line, I can honestly say, this line changed my life. Because when I heard it, it felt like a light bulb went in my head. Don't ever forget what you are. The rest of the world do not forget. So why should you forget who you are? And that is something that Tyrion Lannister lives by. He knows who he is, he knows what he is, and he never forgets it. And he wears it like armor, and the world cannot use it to hurt him. He knows he's a dwarf, he knows he's the half man, he's the imp. He has owned all those things. He knows that that is who he is. So there's nothing you can say to him that is going to hurt him because he already knows who he is. And it's just a course that you can just take into your normal life and just own. Own what you are. Know what you are and own it. And don't you ever forget it. Because the rest of the world don't forget it. So wear that shit like armor. Wear your heart on your sleeve. Wear it like armor and the world can never use it to hurt you. It's a very brilliant quote. Honestly, it's one of my favorite quotes in Game of Thrones completely. And come on, uttered by one of our favorite characters, Tyrion Lannister. It had to be number one. I'm partial to this line because it is the line that's affected me the most in my life. But still, I believe this line deserves to be number one. What other lines and Game of Thrones do you think should have been on this list? Comment below and let me know. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, if you've not liked it, just share this video. Do that now. Like, share, follow, subscribe to my channel for more contents like this. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Cheers.